Steve Dangle Podcast. Powered by Sports Interaction. Wanna bet?
Steve P. The Steve Dangle Podcast. With your hosts, Steve Dangle, Adam Wilde, and Jesse Blake.
Kingston, how's everyone doing? Make some noise for SDPN. This is awesome. This is a show that's 3 years in the making, so make some noise one more time. There's over 100 people on the waiting list for this show right now, and you guys got in, so this is awesome. Everyone, I'm going to intro the people who are on the stage right now as if you don't know them, so... Everyone first, all right? First. He is the co-host of Agent Provocateur with Alan Walsh. He is the president of the New Jersey Devils fan club.
Sorry, Lindy.
Voted sexiest New Jersey Devils fan in the Greater Toronto area. And the only person alive to own an Andre Palat Devils jersey. Yeah. It is Adam Wilde. Next, we have the leader of the Crab People.
Let's go.
The best GM to never win a championship in Shell.
Who needs championships?
You may know him from the Anthony Gargano show.
Cameron!
It is the host of the... It's the host of the Jesse Blake Sports Report with Jesse Blake, hosted by
What?
Jesse Blake. It's Jesse Blake!
Thank you everyone for coming.
And next, you may know him from YouTube. You may know him from Sportsnet, or you may know him from the zoo. One of the greatest Plymouth Whalers of all time, according to his former assistant coach, Bofa Dees. It's the man with the vision. It's give it up for your captain of the Navy, Steve Dangle!
Ladies and gentlemen, we just want to say thank you so much for being here. We're so excited. Yes. All right. So let me just say this to start off here. We want you to make as much noise as you want tonight. Some podcasts, you do them live, and then everybody's like kind of sitting there clapping like it's a poetry recital. That's not what this is, all right? So if you think something's funny, scream it out, whatever, yell and whoop. Also, I want to do a big shout out to Al Babcock, who is a comedian here in the area.
No relation. It's okay.
It's okay to clap for this Babcock. You can follow him on Instagram right now at AB3 Comedy, and Al reached out over DMs, and I was like, listen, man, please don't, like, if you're a comedian, whatever, just do a nice, clean intro, okay? Don't freak us out here. So thank you so much for being here. We're so excited, live in Kingston after 3 years. You've heard us tell it on the show before, but you know, so much has happened since this show was supposed to happen, right? April 4th, 2020 was when we were all supposed to be here together. And I want to shout out Dave Owens in the back, who kept this damn bar alive through all the stuff that the bars and restaurants had to go through in this province. So thank you, Dave. That was amazing.
We're glad this place is still here.
Absolutely. And it's good to be. What's that? It was close. It was close. And that's why we're here. We got to bring it back now.
Tip well.
I just want to do, if it's okay, a little Adam's History Corner to start, because, ladies and gentlemen, there's a reason. I swear, it'll be like 2 seconds.
This place was discovered by Napoleon.
No. Close. Kingston lays claim to being the birthplace of ice hockey. Did you know that? Yeah, you did.
Yep, absolutely.
This is contested, but the support for this is found in the Journal of a British Army officer in 1843. Began to skate this year. improved quickly, and had great fun at hockey on the ice.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen. So it is good to be in the birthplace of hockey, the contested birthplace of hockey. I'm sure the other people think. Now, I want to let you know that tonight we're going to be giving away Leafs tickets. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Tonight, we're also going to be giving away a customized Leafs jersey, whoever you want, old or new. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All prizes provided by people are like, I know who I'd get.
It better be Willie.
I want that Tuukka Rask one from a few years ago. Remember that?
That's right. And if you just get your, we're going to have it tweeted in. So the hashtag you're going to have to use is SDPN Kingston. Okay, so that's just so Robert over here, who we love, can find it. Robert's sitting on the floor. That's great. And listen, all those prizes provided by Sports Interaction. We thank them for it. $2 Steve. The Leafs' odds of not making the playoffs right now.
Did you forget Steve's prize that he brought for everybody?
Oh, I did.
Copies of Steve's book.
Yeah, so I brought like 20 books, which I know isn't enough. But I brought them because I bought them before the pandemic began because I was going on book tour, and I'm pretty sure my next stop was supposed to be Kingston. And there was I think the local chapters, they contacted me a couple weeks after everything shut down, and they're like, hey, we bought like 150 copies of your book, and we're wondering if you'd like to come in and sign them. And I said, COVID just started, so no. And then I didn't. So 20 copies come up whenever it's appropriate, I guess, after we're done recording.
It will be after the show. Probably not during the show.
Probably not during the show.
Yeah.
I'm not selling them. Take it.
Yeah.
Take it. They're yours.
Yeah.
And I will customize them, but I've already signed them, which takes 30 minutes each if
Yes.
you've ever seen me sign a book. So
it's long. It's very...
I will save significant time in your night.
It's very, very long. Now, before we get fully started here, I see some awkwardly colored jerseys over in the corner over there. We got a Sens fan. We got a Tuukka Rask Bruins jersey. Oh, that's mean. And then a couple, you know what? I can't get mad at the Habs jerseys because those are the reverse retro. Stand up, guys. Those are gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous and winless.
Can you come here to get on camera so our YouTube audience can see?
Yeah, you got to come on camera here.
Come over here. Come over here.
By the way, you're all on camera tonight too, so try not to flip off the camera too much. Okay.
Yeah. Just walk by.
So-
there it is. Beautiful.
What I want to know, the first thing from the audience here, who all, and you guys can, no offense, but you guys can sit back down now.
Back to your
we
seats.
got enough of your, like seriously.
Back to your seats.
At Timmy Stutz, don't trip or anything. Hey, so I want to know who from here isn't from here. How far did you come? Okay, so we got a lot of, okay. So yell it out. Where are we from here? Where we got? Saskatoon. What's that?
Saskatoon.
Did you fly in from Saskatoon? Get out. Where else?
I think that wins.
Ottawa?
That's right next door.
What's, you came from Toronto. So
Germany? Like you flew from Germany for this?
No, you didn't.
No, I believe her. I choose to believe her.
My ego wants to believe that, but no. So thank you, everybody, for coming here and everything. So I just want to throw this out there. $2 Steve. Leafs odds of making the playoffs. If you were to put $2 on the Leafs making the playoffs right now,
and that is the highest I'm willing to go.
you would win 4 total cents once they make the playoffs.
So you're telling me I could just make 4 cents? I could be richer than I was before.
For sure.
Who's the dummy now?
If you put $2 on the Senators, Timmy Stutzel over there, to make the playoffs, and they do, $26. Oh, yeah, but they have to make it, guys. Come on.
If I had wheels, I'd be a wagon.
Yeah, that's right.
$2 Steve is keeping those $2 in his pocket.
And this is for the Montreal Canadiens fans. The Habs, you put $2 on that, you win 60. But remember, they got to make it.
It should be 67.
That should be 67. Absolutely. Sports Interaction with the odds on that one. The Leafs tonight. Matthews out for 3 weeks. That just came out this afternoon, which is a real bummer. Knee sprain.
3 weeks, but only 6 games.
It's 3 weeks, but yeah, because it's the All-Star break,
It's
right?
not too bad. It's a good little rest period for them.
Yeah, I mean, they play 3. They play Ottawa and 2 decent teams before the All-Star break. And then they come out of the All-Star break with back-to-backs against the Blue Jackets, Chicago, Montreal, Chicago. That is like That's dream scenario.
If you're ever going to take time off, it's then.
Absolutely. I was very distracted while you were saying that stat because someone's sitting front row with one of our old, poorly selling Eugene Melnick shirts.
Oh my God, you are.
Says, I'm excited. Fans are excited. The team is excited.
Can you stand up in front of the camera?
All right. Yeah, all right. Now show the crowd too. The crowd wants to see. Wow.
That is like, how is that even still intact? And you're one of the 5 people who bought it besides me.
I'm excited. The fans are excited. The sponsors are excited.
Mark Borietsky is excited.
We're a team. We're a team.
We're a team.
It's so Matthew's being out 3 weeks, but only 6 games. Does that mean he misses the All-Star break, or is he still just showing up?
Barkov is going in his place, which is hometown, right?
I get it, but it should be who? Willie! Right. Thank you, guys. Yeah, you know. And I think it's. I don't think.
Hey! My commercial's on TV.
Oh, there you go.
I'm not even going to be on it. And it's also not on a Saturday.
There you go.
Put that up there. All right.
Willie is obviously the guy that should go. Mm-hmm. Now, I think obviously it makes sense that you got the Florida Panthers going. Whatever. What do we think of the new? What do we think of the new All-Star jerseys? Everybody, Are we purchasing? Are we investing? Yeah. Good. Thumbs up. Right. Do you think you can buy them?
I like those All-Star jerseys more than either of you. Like they're beautiful. They're really awesome jerseys.
Did you have thoughts on the Caps Stadium Series jersey and the Hurricanes one as well?
I mean, they look okay. They're like a lot of bad jerseys. They look better on the ice. Like they look better in the uniform, but for both of them, I thought they could have done better. And the Hurricanes did what we talked about for the reverse retros at the beginning of the season. Using cool colors doesn't count. So like the Hurricanes one looks cool by the virtue of it's black and red and it's cool.
But they didn't do anything
no,
to
the jersey itself stinks. Boo. Yeah. No, they could have done so many other things.
Well, they did what Detroit and Chicago did, which was...
well, let's follow them.
Yes. Well, yeah, exactly.
You know? Detroit sort of got away with it. Once they hit the ice, I was like, all right.
Bit of a dark joke there,
There's no jersey
Steve.
the Blackhawks could wear.
It's a...
Dude, they stink. Like what?
They do stink. They do stink. I was listening to, I don't know if you guys have heard of it, the CJ show today.
Quite good.
Yeah. So CJ basically unloads his brain and gives you all the kind of trade deadline stuff that he has. And one of the things that he was talking about, and this is where for a lot of cities, there's a lot of things that have sort of emerged as like, this team needs X, this team needs Y. Okay, I want to hear from the crowd. Do you think the Leafs need a defenseman? Give it to me on cheers. Go. No. Nice. Do the Leafs need a center? No. Are we going to make a trade?
Okay. Ryan O'Reilly.
Winger.
Oh, boo. Hey, you know what wingers can do? You know what centers can do is they can play wing.
Centers can play wing.
Timo Meyer and Luke Shen, are those the names that I'm hearing? Yeah. Okay.
Luke Shen would be nice. But like, I was thinking about the dream that Dubas put together a few years ago that got crushed. Right. And the dream was Matthews, Tavares, Kadri.
Right.
Was that not? We were supposed to have a big 3 down the middle.
We were.
And could the Leafs not go back to that and go get a center?
Well, so who do you get?
Ryan O'Reilly.
So,
buy low. He's having a terrible season.
That's
but
your
like,
third line center.
So are the Blues.
So are the Blues. So why not?
What do we got? What's that? Well, what if Camp's your fourth line guy? If Camp's good enough, what if he's your fourth line guy? That's pretty good, right?
Like Holmberg is playing second line center tonight?
Yes, he is.
Yep.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
I also kind of want to see it.
We're going to see it, but...
By the way, you guys are all sticking around for the game with us, right? You going to watch? Yeah. All right.
No, they are leaving promptly.
Yeah, they're like, no,
this is done.
going home.
Yeah.
So that's the... What's that? Kuzmenko. What about him?
The Canucks are like, what's wrong with them? I really don't know. Like should we say this for later?
Sure. Talk about
let's do it now. So like that, he's a good player. That contract in a vacuum is totally fine. It's 2 years. It's 5.5. It's immovable if you want. The Canucks should not be bridging anybody because that contract's going to come up when they're starting to get good. Best case scenario, probably. It reminds me too much of Sam Reinhart when he was bridged by the Sabres. Then the Sabres ended up trading him, and they got a king's ransom for him. I think it was a first and Devin Levi, who's extremely good. We were messaging about that earlier there, Dan. But yeah, you get off your phone, Dan. Unless you're sending me another DM talking about the Sabres.
Who's Dan?
Who are you talking
Dan,
to?
right there. And then with the
everybody knows Dan.
Hi, Dan. It's always a Dan. Dan, what the fuck? But they kicked that can down the road.
Right.
And like we see the steps the Sabres are taking right now. They could have had those assets 2 years prior.
Yes. But the thing is with Kuzmenko, he's like a point a game player right now.
Yep.
How do you let that go? Unrestricted free agent at the end of the year. You just let it
Sell
walk?
high. The nerds, all the nerds do is scream at people to sell high, and no one does it. You know what would have been the Leafs' ultimate sell high that a very small amount of Leaf fans were actually calling for, but they were right?
JVR.
JVR is the recent one where I was going. Brian McCabe.
Oh.
Dude, he had like 20 goals. He was, the Leafs were in a high up in a playoff spot. He was in the Norris conversation, and a number of people said, this is the time to get rid of him. And the team immediately went in the toilet.
So what did the Leafs do with his contract, if you remember? Who can remember that deal?
They traded him straight up for...
No, they signed him to 5 years and had a no-trade clause. Let's make that clear.
Yeah. So they thoroughly made him part of the Muskoka Five.
Yep.
And then that's going way back. Some of the people listening to the show are like, I don't remember Sundin. You're not going to remember the Muskoka Five, but it was bad. Imagine your entire core, but immovable and bad, except for Sundin.
Yeah. Imagine the Vancouver Canucks.
Yeah. But then they traded him for Mike Van Ryan.
We got a Canucks fan at the back. He took exception to that. Don't boo that man. He's had enough. He's gone through enough.
Too good for Bedard. Too good. But he's got the what's that guy called again?
Johnny Canuck.
Johnny Canuck. I love that.
That's a great jersey.
Yeah.
It is a great thing. Yeah, they traded McCabe straight up for Mike Van Ryan, and he immediately got put through a pane of glass.
Right. Right. Okay. So yeah, with the trade deadline coming up, nothing has really kind of emerged for the Leafs. What do we think about a team like Jesse's New York Rangers and
no cheers for the Rangers?
No, everybody's mad about it. You can feel the just icy in the room. That's
Future
right.
Stanley Cup champion New York Rangers.
So what do we think about this though? Reuniting Artemi Panarin and Patrick Kane. That's the rumor. They could be looking at it. Patrick Kane hasn't had a great year. It's been a terrible year in Chicago. CJ dropped that nugget today. And I was like, I don't know. That sounds kind of scary. Could Jesse Blake be right if, about his Stanley Cup prediction about not the Toronto Maple Leafs winning? You remember, he said that. Could he be right about the Rangers if they get Patrick Kane?
They need a little bit of a boost. Because we see the top six in that game versus Toronto. That was
they lost
horrific.
to a better team the other night,
where Chris Kreider just decides to not play defense all of a sudden, and your third line's your best line all game, and Heedle's on a heater, but they need a boost to that top six, and getting that from Chicago would be very nice.
And Chicago, when they were good, when they started to be bad, their favorite thing was getting the band back together. Mm-hmm. And it would be the height of irony is if they have to trade one of their core pieces in order to get the band back together somewhere good.
And when you're competing with the Bruins, who are one of the best winning percentage teams of all time now, like you need another boost to get to their level because they're on just another tier. So go after them. Let's do it.
Okay. Let's do it. You hear that, guys? I just want to say, he said let's, as in that's his team. The other thing... I like the traders. I like that.
I know, right? Leave it to a Devils fan to hate a Rangers fan.
Yeah, you're right.
That's hilarious.
So, I think beyond that, it's sort of like it's becoming kind of crystallizing who's going to be moved. Bo Horvat is the name that keeps coming up. Is that the guy you trade the Kings ransom for? If you are the team, not a lot of teams this year willing to give up a first-round pick, or so they say. Every team that's trading is looking for a first-round pick, because of course. Is that the guy you trade everything for? Do you do it this year? Do you try to work out an extension? Is it Timo Meier? It doesn't matter if it's the Leafs. Is it anybody? Is Horvat the guy, or is this like a blip year where he is spectacular?
Oh, yeah, but I think what people are forgetting is it's still this year. So, I don't expect him to do this next year. It's not next year yet. Ride the magic. Ride the wave. Keep it going. No, I think Bo Horvat is the number one trade chip. I don't... know how much I love him for the Leafs. It's a fascinating scenario because he's probably the most valuable trade chip out there at this trade deadline. But there's the old saying, I think it's from Dmitry Filipovich, step number 1 to being a good NHL GM, find out who the bad GMs are. And step 2, call them all the time. Now, I'm not telling you Patrick Allvin is a bad GM. I'm telling you he is a bad owner. So whether or not he's a good GM doesn't matter.
Right.
Right? So he's going to get pitched out the door to someone. I just don't see a full-blown rental at that tier making any sense for Toronto.
What do you think? What makes sense for Toronto?
Like, I like the idea of Timo Meier. I have for a long time, but the idea of being able to flip him because he'll still be an RFA and like. So he's not stupid. He's not gonna do the $10 million for 1 year thing.
Yeah, the qualifying offer. You guys know that, right? He's if you go get Timo Meier, then you have to retain his rights. You got to give him a $10 million qualifying offer.
You're telling me someone out there is not going to offer him what JT Miller got? Like maybe even more? No, I'm serious. Like, dude, he's a great player, man.
Right.
He's a great player. Gives a vague shit about skating backward. Like, yo. That's my team. Oh, it's going to be your team for 8 more years. You know what you got to do is fire a really popular coach to get a guy with a losing career percentage to manage your shitty superstar.
Yeah.
Like,
And
what's
then
wrong with
the
them?
second game ever he coaches, he goes to the media and calls them all soft.
Yes.
That was brutal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing
At least
is,
it ain't your job there, Rick.
he said what everybody's been saying, but the Canucks won't say. I mean, at least I'll give him that. At least talk it or
The truth?
Chichet, if you watched our last episode.
Tukit.
Is that it? Yeah.
The Canucks and Tukin.
Bodro.
At least he was honest and said, "Listen, they're soft." But it's not like he didn't say, "Oh, we're soft defensively," or "We're soft." They're soft everywhere. And I know Elliot Friedman was talking about if they're talking about major surgery, one name that came up from the Canucks is Thatcher Demko. Mm-hmm. He might be on the move, and that's kind of a big deal because you're talking about a full reset at that point.
No, you're not.
Yeah, because they don't want to do a full reset.
A full reset is
Trading a starting
what
goaltender.
clever teams do, and they're just not they're not led by a clever person up top. So like they could do one thing that clearly indicates they're rebuilding, and then they'll follow it up by doing something like the Kuzmenko signing that indicates they're not.
Right.
Yeah, there's a reason they signed Kuzmenko to Horvat's deal exactly.
Yeah.
Like Horvat makes 5.5 and they signed him to 5.5 because they're just replacing the player and keeping their roster the same because they believe the roster's fine.
They could just as easily trade Thatcher Demko, and we'll be like, well, that's the direction they're heading in, and then the next day they extend Horvat somehow.
Right.
Because we're going for it next year. Spencer Martin or bust. Like, hey man, I saw him do amazing things with the Mississauga Steelheads. So
He was very good. He was very good. I also want to throw out there, if you are a regular listener of the CJ Show, Julian dropped a lie on the show today. And I need to call him out, okay? Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you. I want to rewind. I want to take you back to draft weekend in Montreal. I'm sure the Canadiens fans were loving that. Slavkovsky, first overall. We're very happy for you. If you get Bedard, I'm not going to be happy for you.
No, they've never picked first overall.
No, never. And Julian was trying to say that during draft week he was sick, and then he compared it, his reporting and all the work that he did to the Michael Jordan flu game. He said it was his flu game week. Now, I want to say, I saw him come up on Dom Lecision's Instagram every single night at 3 a.m. So I want you all to call him out on that today, okay? So do me a favor, tweet him.
Pants
That's
Inferno.
right.
And you were already in bed for this there, Grandpa, but Jesse and I saw him in a bar where they serve alcohol.
I'm so pumped for this year's draft.
Nashville,
it's going to be
Tennessee.
in Nashville.
Yeah.
We're going to have a time.
Yeah.
Gotta get up to get down.
Yeah, now...
Can't wait.
Now, somebody who is having their flu game tonight is the guy sitting next to me. He's not feeling good, so I just want to do a little round of applause for Steve for even showing up tonight.
Yep.
We honestly, there was a point that we thought, are we going to be able to do this show?
Yeah, yesterday afternoon there was I'm going to go 50-50.
Yep.
But like we knew people got hotels and bought tickets.
That's
and
right.
Came from the States and Germany. And, you know, you already had your Melnick shirt picked out, and you know, you couldn't delay the show. I specifically asked about like transmission and everything because cooties and everything that we just went through, and basically I was told it's fine as long as I don't make out with you or share food. So
I know that's why you all came.
No more kissing booth.
$2 for a kiss?
That was
I'll kiss you anytime.
Okay.
Yeah, well, because you're immune to everything.
Yeah, just because of athletic greens. That's why.
That's right. Yeah.
I got that in
Get
there.
the read
There you
in.
go.
Get the read in. So I'll just fist bump everybody when I talk to you
Absolutely.
later. But other than that, we're good.
And we're going to be around the whole night for that too. And also, like, there's we got to do some prizing here soon. So, do we want me to? Should we do the first thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. What do you guys want me to do first? Do you want me to do the Leafs tickets or the Leafs jersey?
No. Jersey ticket.
Jersey tickets?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want? Okay. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. You guys all have Twitter, right? And if you don't have Twitter, all right. Okay. Well, I mean, it's time. Now's the time.
Yeah.
So here's the question. Okay. And the first person to tweet this at SDPN Sports, you got to tweet it directly. You got to use the hashtag SDPN Kingston. All right? So you can write that all in advance. Kingston has had a lot of great hockey players graduate to the NHL. Who has scored the most points in their career? First person through the door gets it.
Like a Frontenac player?
No. In the NHL. Who scored the most points overall?
Mike Smith.
Oh, okay.
No, don't yell it out. Tweet it at me. Tweet it at me. Oh, play for the... Sorry.
Yeah, that's what...
Sorry, play for the Frontenacs.
Okay, yeah. A player who played for the Frontenacs.
Played for the Frontenacs.
Into the NHL.
That's the
Which player
Okay.
who played for the Frontenacs has scored the most NHL points?
That's right.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, guys. Sorry. Oh, okay.
Got somebody?
We got somebody. Hey, is there a at Leafs fan 97? At least since 97. Congratulations.
Hey!
The answer is Doug Gilmore. Don't worry. You don't have to. Well, first off, please gloat in front of the entire crowd. Gloat for everybody. Gloat for everybody.
There you go.
We'll grab your contact information. We'll be in touch. Okay. Now we do want to do a little Stump to Steve today, don't we?
We do.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want to save that for the very end? Or
Very,
we'll do it
very
now?
end? Okay. No, we can save that.
Okay.
Because, guys, there's a very cool Stump to Steve that is going to matter to every single one of you in this bar.
Yeah.
Okay?
Steve is playing for your prize.
If Steve gets it right, you directly benefit. If he doesn't, well, you're stuck in a room with him all night. Okay? All right. Is there anything else that you want to do, or should we just drop another
You want to
thing?
do another trivia?
Oh, let's do another trivia. You got one for me?
No. Was
Okay,
I
fine.
supposed to prepare a trivia?
All right. Okay, so that was for the jersey, right?
Doing great.
This is for the tickets. No,
I forgot to prepare the other one.
Well planned.
Okay. I got one. Okay. Yeah, hashtag at SDPN Sports. Okay.
You're so good at this,
And then-
Robert.
So at SDPN Sports, hashtag SDPN Kingston.
Hey, you can't win twice. Put your phone down.
Yeah, you can.
Put your phone down.
Okay. Now, famously, what was we mentioned Doug Gilmore? What was his jersey number with the Toronto Maple Leafs? That's not the question. Just yell it out. 93. Okay, don't yell out this one. What was his jersey number with the Calgary Flames?
Oh. Who's got it?
I think the answer was.
Robert's got an answer.
All right.
Wow, I was kidding, and someone already
which one?
has it.
Which one? Well, okay, I think that's the first
Adam,
one
do
through.
you know the answer?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
All right. Hey.
Here, can I announce it? Because it's that guy, right?
Yeah.
Dan! Dan got it!
Well, you know what? Maybe Dan shouldn't be on his phone. Number 39.
That's amazing.
39.
Nice.
All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, so listen, while we got a minute here, I want to introduce our entire crew. They're all stuck behind here.
Yeah, Lauren, you're going to have to, like, stand up and...
3 out of 4 people from Game Over Toronto are here tonight, so we want to introduce Lauren Williamson.
Hey!
Come on out here. Come on out.
Come on out. We got to get on. Come on. All right, and we got Harnish and Armand as well, who've been doing it since the playoffs last year, so if you've seen them, give them a big round of applause. Fawad couldn't make it, but these guys have been working really, really hard all year. These guys are the next up and coming. All of our Game Over staff from across the country, we're trying to, with Game Over, train the next generation. We want people from different backgrounds. We want people who came to hockey last year or 20 years ago. And there was a time, and you laugh at us for doing this, but there was a time when the archetype for being in sports and being in sports media was so tight that one Steve Dangle was not enough. And so we kind of are looking at with SDPN, and this is what a lot of people ask, like, you guys are producing a lot of stuff. The reason we do Game Over is so that people like them have a shot in the business. So I want to give you a round of applause for these guys because they work really, really hard. Woo! And as I said, not too long ago, people would look at Steve Dangle and go, he'll never work in professional sports.
Oh, don't worry, they still do.
And
you can't skate.
Can you
loser.
guys?
Hey, I'm a little bit better.
You guys booked a really big guest lately. Just yell it out to the crowd. Who do you got coming up? On Sunday.
2, 1. Chris Hadfield.
Whoa! Chris Hadfield. He's been to space. He gave me a really inspirational, motivational speech before the Leafs lost Game 7 last year. So
that's
it
great.
didn't work, but he also went to space. That means he was
going-
capable of going to space, but not pushing the Leafs across the Game 7 finish line.
Is he going to bring his guitar and play Bowie? Because he does it every time.
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so. Okay, guys.
Tell him to make water float.
Game Over Toronto. Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you being here. All right, and lastly, okay, so this one I love. And Steve has no idea we're going to do this, okay?
Yep.
This is Stump Steve. If he gets it right, I remember I told you it was going to be every single person in the bar benefits. What could it be? That's right, a free round of shots, everybody.
Courtesy of David in the back.
Are you serious?
David has offered a free round of shots if Steve can do.
Oh, let's bankrupt the joint. Let's go. COVID recovery be damned.
But
Let's go.
But
Go, Steve.
if he doesn't get it right, no shots.
All right.
Are you ready? Take it, Jesse.
Steve Dangle.
What?
Since and including the 2000 draft, the Toronto Maple Leafs have had 16 first-round picks.
Don't you
You
dare.
are going to be tasked with naming 11 of them. If you hit 11, everybody gets free shots.
Since which year?
2000
You can get this.
to 2022.
You got this.
Okay.
Any order.
How many guesses do I get?
It's going to be a time limit.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna get my phone here. I'm gonna set the timer. Make sure the production's still going.
I think you guys are getting shots.
Adam, what do you think is a fair amount of time?
Oh, I mean, listen. How about
3 minutes.
3? Oh, somebody in the crowd
hold
yelled
on?
3 minutes.
3 minutes is tight. 3 minutes is tight.
3 minutes. Okay.
Listen. I want you guys to get your shots. Okay. 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay.
5 minutes.
I'm putting 5 minutes on the timer. There's been 16 first-round picks. Can you name 11 of them? Any order. I'll just start crossing them off.
You let
once
me know.
name them. 3, 2, 1.
Carlo Koliakovo.
Correct. You got one.
Tuukka Rask.
Yep.
Tyler Biggs.
Tyler Biggs. Yep.
Stuart Percy.
Yep.
Morgan Riley.
Yep.
Freddie the Goat.
Frederick Gauthier. Yes.
Willie Nylander.
Yes.
Mitch Marner.
Yep.
Austin Matthews.
Yes.
Timothy Liljegren.
Yep.
Rasmus Sandin.
Yep.
Is that 11?
Is that 11? That was so quick! What? 4 minutes and 30 seconds to spare!
Love
All
that.
right, keep going!
Let's see if we can get them all. Let's see if we can get them all.
Who do they? Well, they haven't picked in the first round for a while. Oh, Amirov.
I heard that in the crowd. Yeah. Who did they draft in 2000 with their first round pick?
Was it Lucas Areta
It was not.
in 2000?
24th overall.
Oh, Topaz?
Played
No.
822 career NHL games from the Erie Otters.
They traded him for Polak, wasn't it?
211 goals. 500 points in the NHL. Wow.
Brad Boyce?
Brad Boyce!
That's
I think that's the list.
No, that can't be the list.
No, I think there's a
Who are we missing?
Who are we missing?
This is Yuri Talusti was 2006.
That's right.
I skipped a couple bad ones.
Yeah.
Wow.
Luke Shen was 2008.
Yeah.
And you got everything else in
Kadri.
there. Oh, Kadri 2009. There you go.
Yeah.
It's Steen.
It's not
That's
a
why I
pretty
wore
list.
20 or 10.
It's not a pretty list.
Look at the guys who they could have kept and would have been totally fine. Steen, Rask, Boys.
Even Koliakovo.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's not push it.
Yeah, no. David.
I'm kidding, Carlo.
Free shots for the bar,
thumbs up.
baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Shots.
So do we want to do a Q&A or do we want to wrap? What do you think?
Quick Q&A.
Quick Q&A. All right, questions. Rob, what do we got here? Think you know which way it's going to go? The Canucks didn't.
Hey, and I don't when it comes to football.
Make your bet at Sports Interaction. We're on the road to the Super Bowl, and Sports Interaction has you covered pregame, live betting on all major sports, and of course, prop bets. You want to bet? You go to sportsinteraction.com/SDPN or check out the QR code in this video. You can click. Easy. Boom. 19 plus. Please play responsibly. Our next product is pretty cool. It's Athletic Greens. Woo! If you're looking to get better gut health, more energy, a stronger immune system, or just be more like Jesse, there's a really easy, natural way to do it, and that's Jesse's doing it too.
Makes
Athletic
you
Greens.
6'5"?
No, it doesn't.
It does not.
Also,
do
doesn't
that.
make you handsome. I tried that too. I'm sure,
Didn't make me that.
What it does do is it gives you 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, your recovery, your focus, and your aging. All the things. And by the way, it's keto, paleo, vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free. All of that. You can do all of it.
And by the way, Lewis Hamilton drinks.
That's
it.
right.
Let's go.
So to make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. And all you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/SDP. That's athleticgreens.com/SDP to take ownership of your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. Hey, guys.
Hey.
You got goals this year?
Yeah.
What kind of goals
I
do
don't
you
know
have?
if he does.
You didn't sound convincing.
No.
Be as gorgeous as Adam Wild.
Listen, Factor is here to help you. You can save time and energy. Have the energy you need to tackle everything on your to-do list with Factor's ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. Get Factor and not only skip the trip to the grocery store, but skip chopping, prepping, and cleaning up too. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are ready in 2 minutes, and all you have to do is heat and enjoy. And remember, no matter what the lifestyle it is, you can do it. They are calorie smart, vegan and veggie, protein plus, all on the menu each week, prepared by chefs and approved by dietitians. So each meal has all the ingredients you need to feel satisfied.
They always talk about this stuff for like, oh, if you're on the go and you don't have time to do this stuff, get Factor, you know?
Yeah.
But also just like if you're lazy like me, like it's awesome.
That is fair.
Like, what about the lazy person?
Yeah.
Oh, this is also great.
Yeah.
Valid.
I don't want to cook. I'm lazy.
We
Listen.
exist.
It's no lazy erasure here. Head to factor75.com/SDP60 and use the code SDP60 to get 60% off your first box. 60%? That's a lot.
That's so much.
That
That's a
code,
lot.
again, is SDP60 at factor75.com/SDP60 to get 60. Oh, okay. Who has a question? We're going to do a quick Q&A if you guys want to do it before we wrap it up.
Quick
Go
question?
ahead.
Where's Eric Carlson going?
Where's Eric
Oh.
Carlson going?
Where's Eric Carlson
San
going?
Jose. I think the contract's too big. That's my answer.
Now, yeah, let's throw it out there because I think they're agents of chaos, and Adam keeps getting grumpy with them. Seattle.
Oh.
You know what? They have the room. The one thing I look at a wild card now because of Pacioretty's injury is Carolina. I wonder if they look at that and they kind of, because
Yo, after everything, Carlson rejoins Burns.
Yeah, that didn't work. That's why they got rid of him.
No, that's why they have to do it. It's hilarious. It's amazing.
All right, next question. Anybody? Yes.
What are your expectations for McLaren?
Expectations for McLaren F1 team this season.
All right, F1 pod. Let's do this.
I have hockey brain so bad. I'm like getting a lot of fights.
Listen,
That's a way back.
if you don't pay attention to F1, McLaren is essentially the team with all the money and none of the winning. So you can relate as a Leaf fan. And
Frig you, continue.
Even their boss Zach Brown said we don't have the infrastructure in place to compete until 2025. Yeah, so they're gonna be a mid-pack team. I think Alpine's gonna come in and kick their ass, and they'll probably finish fifth or sixth. So I'm gonna be proudly wearing my colors and crying every Sunday morning. It'll be great. Yeah.
Okay. My question. Crowd people are waiting. When's the next time they show?
Jesse, the question is, when's Jesse's next stream?
Small story about that. I haven't streamed in like 6 weeks-ish. I know. Everybody's been kind of waiting for it. But I updated OBS, and I lost a lot of my settings, and then I had to redo that. So that took a bunch of weeks.
Wow, I'm bored.
And then,
So no more like dancing chicken or like whatever.
No, all
you had like a
that's good.
twerking frog or something.
And then I shut off my computer, I turned it back on, and I lost all my Stream Deck buttons. And it took me like a month to program my entire Stream Deck. So I have to do that, and I've just been procrastinating putting it all back in the system.
Wow, who's bored?
So
Who's bored? I'm bored. Are you guys bored? I'm bored.
It's out of pure laziness is the reason I haven't streamed.
Do your job.
As soon as I do it, I'm back at it. I have one more season to go with my Arizona Coyotes franchise mode.
Yeah.
I have Connor Bedard. I have a great team, and what's that?
I've been waiting so long.
I know! It's our final season. I need to win the cup, and I've just been delaying it. Oh, that was the timer for shots. Next
Wow,
question.
I kicked
Okay,
the
I'll take
timer's
someone in the
ass
back.
that bad?
You in the back with the jersey, the Bieber jersey.
Where's the next live show?
Where's our next live show? Well, listen, it took us 3 years to get this one going. Yeah,
No,
we're coming back.
We have one in Nashville, at least.
Yeah, we'll be doing a show
the
in
draft.
Nashville. I think we're going to do one in
That's news to
Toronto.
me.
Ideally, we'd like to do a big one in Toronto pre-playoff sometime. We have no plans as of yet, and I think probably at the end of the season, we'll probably want to do one in July at the end of the thing, and then do a kickoff.
That'll be Nashville.
Oh, I know, but we got to do one in Toronto, and I think as well. The other thing I've been floating, and these guys don't seem to be so keen on it because they're like homebodies and boring now, is I would like to do a bit of a tour. I'd like to go to Ottawa. I'd like to get out to Halifax. I'd like to do some American cities. We had a lot of like Guelph requests and Windsor.
I think the word you're looking for is parents. Leo, waffles.
Yeah. I know.
You know?
I just feel
How
like
are you going to get away to do that?
divorced.
Again.
What? It's true. All right.
You want to have your cake and eat it too? Divorced
question.
and married.
Right here.
Apparently.
Sorry, not you. Sorry. We'll come to you. Not that I don't love you. You're very handsome. Go ahead.
Who is each of your favorite active non?
Oh.
Favorite active non-Leaf players.
Good player. Good stuff.
I mean, Connor Bedard's on the screen right now, and honestly, watching him,
Yeah.
he's got to be one of them.
Where's he going?
Where's he going?
Montreal.
Not Vancouver. No, if he goes to Vancouver, I win money. So let's go Canucks. Really like watching Timo Meier. Almost all the Bruins, and I hate it. I hate it a lot. I really do hate it a lot. Reimer, no. I love Reimer too much to like watching him right now.
Too much anxiety.
Dude, the Sharks are very bad.
They're bad.
They're very bad. So, Jesse, that's a long enough
What about
answer.
you, Jess?
You guys know mine. Viliuso, let's go. Also, Jake Ottinger. I have a thing for goalies. I don't
Ottinger's
know.
great.
I love goalies who can just stand on their head and steal an entire game.
I got
It's beautiful to watch.
I got to see my favorite goalie in the league, Connor Hellebuck, the other night. He was unbelievable, even though the Leafs steamrolled the Jets, which
I'm
he's
gonna
still
throw,
good.
Joe Pavelski is my favorite player to watch on the score sheet.
Yeah,
Just watch him stand, tip. Thank you.
Yep, absolutely.
He's a great fantasy player.
At the back with the toucan.
So with Washington being a bubble playoff,
Yeah.
do you think that Judas could try Tom Wilson
All right, so the question is, with Washington being a bubble playoff team, can Dubas pry Tom Wilson? Steven.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we were teammates with the Plymouth Whalers.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
And they're not the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, so I just don't think we're going to be able to pull it off.
I don't think so. I think, here's the thing, the GM of the Capitals is Alexander Ovechkin, and he's going to wonder why he doesn't have as much protection next year, especially as he's getting older.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's whenever Ovi is on that team, they have to be trying to win, and trading away Tom Wilson doesn't equal winning.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Can't pry him away.
Let's go the right end.
They're not even the Eastern team most at risk of losing their playoff spot right now. So
we haven't gone over here yet, so go ahead, and then I'll come back to you. The Seaweed Man, that's right. Desharnais on Edmonton, the Seaweed Man. What cartoon character would you best?
Cartoon character would
Great
do best in
question.
the NHL?
Can I pick like Clifford, the big red dog?
You could pick Clifford.
Does Clifford count because he's just so big?
I think Clifford counts. He's got the size. He doesn't necessarily have the speed, but listen, Merrick Malik once scored an amazing playoff goal. So, or no, penalty shot. Who do you think?
You know who never lost?
Who?
He never lost.
Who?
And someone was coming for him every week. Never lost. The Roadrunner.
That's right. He would.
And they had the technology and the funding against them, but they never lost. Roadrunner. 100%.
I can't beat that one. I'm going to be a real.
Try. I know you can't, but try.
I am going to say. I'm going to say one of the Animaniacs. Whichever one of the Wacko, I think.
Wacko's a drummer.
You can't. If you guys, anybody watch the Animaniacs? Anybody remember that? Yeah, I love them. Right? Come on,
Animaniacs.
So good. Yeah, I think you couldn't catch them, right? So they were like you would reach and they were already gone. That's the kind of player I want on the Leafs.
Yeah, modern hockey lineup, I think would definitely be Yakko up front. I think.
Yeah.
Minnie would be. Is it Minnie?
Yeah. No. Dot.
Yeah, Dot. Yeah.
Dot.
Minnie, idiot.
Yeah.
Dot would be on defense. She'd be the mobile D.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then Wacko, because I believe he's also a drummer in the show.
That's right.
And drummers have to be goalies.
Absolutely.
So he'd be the goalie.
Also very important experience. Throw Bart and Lisa in there.
Absolutely. We had one. I already promised I'd come back.
That is very good.
What's
Not
your
Millhouse.
What's your
Not
question?
Millhouse.
Steve, where'd you park the Lambo?
Where did I park the Lambo? Across 3 disabled spots. Because you have to. You just have to. And if you haven't, I need you to sit down and think about why you haven't. Bum ass.
Okay. By the way, if you want to collect on your shots after the show's over, and it will be soon, go to the bar. And just right down here. Right down here.
Oh.
As of right now, okay. So who's going to start in the playoffs, guys? Is it Murray?
Oh, wow.
Is it Sammy? Yeah. It is. And you know what? It's not because Murray's been bad. He's had a couple of like weird stretches. But Samsonov has been very good. Like Washington's got to be kicking themselves. They dropped him for nothing.
I got a question. Any Leafs goaltender of the last 4 years, who you starting in game 1 of the playoffs?
Oh, okay.
That's
So you
not
get
nice.
Freddie, you get Campbell, you get Ilya, you get Murray, you get Peter Mrazek,
Michael Hutchinson.
Eric Sheldon.
Yeah. Hutchinson, baby.
Joseph Woll has played games.
Yeah.
I guess. Who do you pick?
Justin Hall only thinks he's a goalie.
Okay, I would say this. It's not going to be Freddie Anderson. Sure as heck not going to be Freddie Anderson. Listen, I know everybody loved Freddie, and I love Freddie too, but playoff Freddie Anderson was very good and very bad.
He was the best goalie in the league to have if you needed someone to steal you 2 games and lose 2.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, it was
yeah.
the
Like, you know,
strangest thing.
and it's funny, you go back and you look, and like some of those playoff series, he'd have these unbelievable games, and then you'd look at the goals against after 7 games, and it's like 26 or 27. And you're like, how did it get up that high? But they would get blown out by Boston 6-0 a couple times in a series. So yeah, I'm going to go with, of the last 4 years, and maybe it's recency bias, I like Sammy. I like him now. I think he's the best goalie they've had in a long, long time. That's my opinion.
I think Jack Campbell needs a little bit more respect.
Yeah, a little bit of love for Jack.
Eric Källgren won a Swedish title with Pontus Holmberg, and you guys are idiots.
All right, last couple questions here. I'm going to go this side of the room. Montreal Canadiens. Okay. Do I ask a Montreal Canadiens fan what they want to know? Boo. Do we care? No. Sorry. What's your question?
You guys talked about and Eric Angle.
Yeah. Did Caulfield not get the shoulder surgery because he may have wanted to make the All-Star game? If that's the case, that's not a good enough reason. But I don't hate the theory.
He's not still on his ELC, right? He is on his ELC, so it's probably a bonus. I would call that short-sighted though, because he's gonna get an unbelievable amount of money.
Yeah.
And maybe it's clever of the Habs to be like, oh shit, he's about to get this bonus. We should shut him down. My bet is that, and I said this on the show, but I think my bet with Caulfield is that he was worried that they were talking about an extension that was supposed to be like 7 years. And I think it was $7 or $8 million they were throwing around. And if you got an injury, the team can go, well, maybe not. And I think the Habs probably reached out to him and said, yeah, we're still going to offer you the contract, man. And that's probably what it was. Yeah, I don't think it had anything to do with nefarious, the All-Star game, like I just said. Because if you pull tricks on a guy you're about to get into a negotiation with, they might remember it for several years and then torture you with being on the fourth line for 2 games for an entire summer. I'm not referring to anyone in particular. All right, last question, and don't hate me if I don't get to you here. You were the first up, so I'm going to go with you. A favorite episode of our own? Oh. Do we have a favorite episode? Okay, well, I do want to know if you guys do. What do you guys like? Bofadis? Bofadis?
Smart Insider Man is a good option.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
They broke my phone!
Low key?
Oh, that's throwing it back.
Do you remember when we broke down David Dobrik and Liza Koshy's breakup?
Oh, yes.
That was one of my favorite moments.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I did not know who they were. And then now I've been following David Dobrik ever since. And now he's not doing YouTube anymore. And he's in a lot of trouble. He's the sitting on the couch, I have to apologize kind of guy right now.
Yeah.
Steve, what's yours?
I don't remember anything we talked about in this episode. That's the funny thing, but purely based on vibes, our first episode in our current studio.
Oh yeah.
Because it was our first show in person, I believe, in 2 years.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was just so friggin' happy.
It's funny
to be with my friends.
when we did those shows from home. We didn't see each other. We saw each other one time in 18 months. Which is crazy. Especially
the three of us.
You and I saw each other, but we didn't see Steve at all. We were super trying to be careful and whatever.
I never saw you both at the same time.
No.
You came over for pizza once.
Yeah.
We talked about air frying donuts.
We talked about air frying donuts.
Yeah.
And then I did it.
And then you did it when I left.
I was baked. And I sent Jesse a video of me reviewing it, and I said, I'm being transported. I'm at Christmas dinner. I'm surrounded by love. It was great. They were great.
I think my favorite episode, if I'm gonna be honest, is it's not really what happened on the episode, is what happened after, and it is pre-Jesse. I apologize, Jesse.
Ooh.
I know. But it's so I remember we did the show, and we were 23, 24 when we started. It's 10 years ago. 10 years this May, by the way, which is crazy.
25.
24, 25, something in there. So after the show, I said, Steve, that felt really good. That was a really good show. And he's like, Steve is, if you don't know off camera, Steve channels his mother, and his worst case scenario, Steve. So instantly, sometimes Steve goes to, I suck, and that was terrible. And it's funny because you think a guy that performs at your level wouldn't think that, but Steve's like that all the time. There's still a little bit of imposter going on, but back then especially.
Every time I get on the ice, I'm like, oh, that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
the imposter syndrome is 100% valid.
And I think Steve, I said to Steve, I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if we got 100 listens? And Steve said, I think we'll do 500. And I said, what about 1,000? And he said, not a chance. Not a chance. And that first night, and I don't know if there's any first episode people here, but that first night we did over 1,000. and we both kind of fell over, and I thought maybe we have something here. And so
second episode blew up because we talked about Crosby.
That's
and
right.
Penguins Tumblr picked it up.
That's right. That's right. And then I think with the three of us, I think Smart Insider Man is still going to be one of the things that I always go back to and laugh at. And
the episode where CJ came on and he said too much because he was too comfortable,
man,
and we got in a bit of trouble.
After we got into
we didn't get into shit.
Yeah,
we didn't get into shit.
I wasn't supposed to say some of those things.
CJ got he dropped some bombs and all of them came true.
That was after the 2019 loss,
the second Boston loss.
Someone allegedly asked CJ if we gave him drugs beforehand. We did not.
No.
For the record.
Listen, we're going to wrap it up because the game's about to start. But we want to thank you all. We know how much it took to get here. And let me tell you something. And I mean this, like we all mean this from the bottom of our hearts. We do not take this for granted. This is so special for us to see you all. Every time I put up an episode, I'm wondering, is anybody going to listen to this? So thank you so much for listening, for supporting through the years, for being amazing. We really appreciate it. Go Leafs, go. Let's go get a Stanley Cup, all right? Go Leafs, go! 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 All right, go Leafs, go! Hey, boo that section! Boo, that's an... No, I'm kidding.
Remember, when you go up to the bar, no one's ever scored a goal with a shot attempt.
Yeah. So that's the show, but we do want to get a picture. So if everybody can just sort of don't run on everybody, but we're gonna step here and we want to do a selfie. Is that okay? Can we do that? Yeah. Okay. All right. So come on back here, Rob, and we're gonna do a picture. Here, we'll stand here, and then we'll get everybody in.
Let's go Leafs! Let's go Leafs! Let's go Leafs! Let's go Leafs! Let's go Leafs!
The Steve Dangle Podcast.
Powered by Sports Interaction. Want to bet?
Follow the guys on Twitter at Steve_Dangle, at Adam WYLDE, and at Jesse Blake. Connection complete.